Oh, snap. Here we go. We're about to get started with Open Mic Live. This is going to be fun. But as always, a word from our sponsors.
At InDigital, we know the public safety professionals hold themselves to a high standard. In fact, standard doesn't do it justice. In over 25 years working alongside you, carrying millions of calls over our IP networks, your dedication has inspired us. That's why our ESI Net goes beyond industry standards, not only I3 compliant, but designed to adapt to future development for a network you can count on when it matters most. Learn more at indigital.net.
Here in Greenville County, we have 8 different places where a 911 call can be answered.
It is the largest county in South Carolina. It's a challenge.
The type of information that a telecommunicator gets from Radius Plus is location-based technology. You can see where the caller is, if they have a medical issue, if they speak a different language. They're immediately able to text to that caller in their native language. It reduces response times because it immediately gets first responders where they need to be.
Carbyne, it's multimedia. You can get text, translate to whatever language, getting away with the legacy equipment and going into a cloud-based solution.
It's the first time in U.S. history that we have an EZNet through cloud-native call handling.
As a police officer, to have the victim go video, that's unheard of.
You're getting upgrades every month, not every year.
To schedule your free Carbyne demo, please visit carbyne.com/WTT.
If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch, because laughing is good medicine.
Hi. Oh man, I'm already laughing. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited to be here with all of you as always, and welcome to Open Mic Live. It is June 30th, 2022, and this month, like that, like that. It's already done. Tomorrow is going to be the first of the month, so wake up, get... Oh, shit. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, we're here to have some fun. This live broadcast is sponsored by InDigital, Rapid Deploy, as well as Carbyne. Shout out to patrons. As always, thank you very much for everything, and all of you here watching, listening, supporting, and sharing. I appreciate it more than you know. Your support, all of it. It's been awesome. There's been a lot of things going on. Whew. There's a lot of things. And it's hot as hell up in this room. Good Lord. Craziness. I see people jumping in here already into the comments. It is good to see you all here, especially those who jump in and watch and don't put anything in there. I'm glad to have you. I'm glad you came out. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And I appreciate that. So roll call. Where are you watching from? Also, what is your number? Every Thursday when we do this, and sometimes on Saturdays, we do not only the roll call, but we also check in with each other to see how everyone is doing. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty, 10 being awesome, how are you doing? How are you feeling? I'm coming in at like an 8, a 9. Let's go with 9. I'm coming in at a 9. It has been an excellent day today. A lot of great conversation. It's just been really good. It has been really, really, really good. And I'm looking here in the comments. Also, as always, throw in some reactions. Share this broadcast to your feed as well as your favorite dispatch page. And again, I appreciate it very, very much. So let's see. We got James coming in here, South Jersey's out of 10. What's going on? Shannon, just hanging out. 6-day vacation. So you're level 17. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And let's see. I can't wait for APCO Anaheim, but my family keeps yelling at me to stop wishing their summer away. Well, whoops. There'll be more summers, right? There'll be more summers. There'll be a lot of stuff that'll be going on. Let's see. Crystal's jumping in here. Just started a 2-week vacation. Damn, like everybody's on vacation. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. I like that. And also out of Alabama, in at a 10. That's what I'm talking about. Doug, what is going on? What is up at a 9? Man, everybody's coming in with some good numbers here. That's what I'm talking about. This feels good. I like that. Just wait until you hear some of the audio that I'm going to play. Holy hell. I posted a picture. If you didn't see it, I posted a picture, and I think I did post something last week showing my face, and it was something else. So we're going to get to that here in just a moment. Episode 447 went out, and episodes 448, 449, and 450 are coming at you. And they are going to be some excellent, excellent ones. All of them. Excellent. I'm also about 4,000 downloads away from 1.8 million downloads of the Within the Trenches podcast. Wow. Thank you, all of you. The show, everything that I do wouldn't be what it is without all of you and your support and the job that you do. So thank you so very much. And it's heard in over 60 countries. What? Amazing. So good. Episode 449, actually episode 448 is going to be Ashley of the Raspy Dispatcher, and she's going to be out there. And then 449 is the Imagine Listening session, and then 450 is going to be the open mic episode that was part of that Imagine Listening session. And you are going to get a sneak peek at some of the calls that were shared during that time, and we're going to discuss some of these as well, because there's some pretty interesting ones. It'll be good. So again, we're going to get to that here in just a moment. I want to share a video here really quick, because I have an announcement tomorrow. What's funny is that I almost forgot that I had this announcement, so I'm glad that I just happened to scroll by it, because that wouldn't have been good. So let me look at this really quick here. All right. So you should be able to hear the audio. And also let me know if you do. Okay. All right, here we go. There it is. Short and sweet. I'll play it again because it's only 17 seconds. With that music, you got to get that stank face in there, right? You got to. So there it is. there's the teaser that went out earlier this week. And over the weekend, actually, I put it out there. Over the weekend, I put it out there on a few different social media sites, and I just left it. I didn't say anything. I just put it out there, and some people were like, "Wait, what is this? What are we talking about? What is this?" And then I put it out on all the social media networks, and some people were commenting with yes, others still trying to figure out what that was. And then Shannon says, "You mean we gotta wait for like 12 more hours?" Yes, you do. And that's mostly because the other video that I was putting with it, I still have a few touches that I need to put. But yeah, the official announcement will be tomorrow. And I think it's kind of obvious as to what it might be. And Zach, what is going on? And James says, Joyce, he's such a tease. Aw, I'm sorry. It'll be all right. But yes, it'll be coming up tomorrow. Joyce says, and it has to do with all the great people I have seen holding up fours. I don't know, because the first picture, if you remember, the very first picture that I put up, it was, hey, Taylor's up in here. What's up? I put a picture of, and I don't know if you're a wrestling fan or not, but Ric Flair, and the Four Horsemen. That was the picture that I was putting up there. And everyone was like, why are you posting this picture? I was like, well, what's the common thing in that picture? And like, oh, they're holding up a number 4. Wait, what does that mean? I was like, I don't know. I guess we'll see tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow for sure what it is. I'm trying to remember what it is myself. Yeah. The most amount. Yes. All right. So I want to go ahead and jump right into this audio. Okay. So again, make sure you throw in your reactions. And if you haven't shared the broadcast, please do. Because I'm gonna play a few different audio clips. And again, this is a sneak peek to episode 450 of some of the calls that were shared. This was at the National Nina Conference. I was in an amazing room. So thank you, Nina, for putting me in this room that had like stadium seating. And to my homies, Rob and Mike, and also Candace for helping during that whole thing there. Oh, I forgot. I got my open mic shirt on. Sorry, squirrel mode. It was just awesome. It was awesome to have everybody in there and to be sharing stories for not only Imagine Listening, but for open mic. And I always want to preface this with the fact that when we're sharing these calls during open mic, because laughing is good medicine. It's just like what we're doing here when we share stories in right in the comments and everything. It's the situation. Okay, it's the situation that we're laughing at here, because it's like, for real, like this happens. And it's true, man. It is true. Like this shit happens, and we're the ones who are left to take that call. And I fully believe, if I didn't find some sort of humor in what I was doing when I was still dispatching, man, I would have been crying way more than laughing. So it's about the situation. I just always like to make sure that people know, because we do an important job and we take it seriously. We're professionals. When people call in and they're calling in for help, we're there for them. When people are calling in, they're calling in during what could possibly be their nightmare, and we're doing everything that we're doing. But there's also sometimes where there's calls that come in and, is this real life? and it's not about the person. It's just that situation, because you're like, no way. It's that moment when you think you've taken the most outrageous call that the dispatch gods, the universe is like, nah, son, I got one more for you. And you take that call and you're like, no, what? So that's what this is all about. It's the lighter side of dispatch. Plus, sharing stories together, as always, is good for us to be able to do. The hard ones, of course, yes, the powerful, impactful ones, but also these lighter ones, because dispatch isn't all bad, man. It's not all bad. There's a lot of hell in there, yes, and chaos, but there's a lot of good. There's a lot of saves, and there's a lot of funny shit that happens in 911. A lot. And we're about to hear some of that right now. And see, Zach says, I wasn't there, but my department was. Oh, no shit. Oh, man. Yeah. Well, we had a good time, man. You're about to, like I said, you're about to hear some of that. Samantha, what is going on, yo? She says, Ricardo wearing a t-shirt, plugging open mic on open mic. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to have to start making these shirts. Like, if enough people want them, like I'll make them. I'll probably do them as just one color first and then do them as the actual logo, like you see in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. But, probably these to start out. Let me know if you guys want to do like a pre-order. As you can see in back of me, I screen print all of this shit myself. So, yeah, let me know. James says, hey, Ricardo, when did you hire Gary Tammy Hill as your t-shirt model? He was wearing your entire line of 911 apparel. Dude, for real. For real. Gary, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. What's funny is I didn't really realize, but you're right, because every time I saw him and he passed by, it's like, hey, what's going on? The Imagine Listening had the Dispatch Cola and just like all of them. So yeah, that was awesome. And Taylor says, I want them. All right. Okay, we got one. If there's any more, I'll do a pre-order, and can either do it on a blue like this. The only reason I did it on a blue shirt like this is because it was an extra shirt that I had to test with, and I really liked it. Like, these shirts are super soft. Let's see. It says it better be if I were on it too. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so here we go. Here's the first one. Oh, Zach says, I'd be down, but I got to get the hat first. Yes. So really quick, before I start this, there are a lot of people who ended up winning hats and a bunch of people who purchase hats. That, I can't even in the camera there. Right there. That box is all the hats that came in that I had on order, sold out. They're sold out. So tomorrow is Friday. I'm going to be working throughout the day to get them all packaged and sent out. And those who won hats, those are going out as well. So there's a lot of shit that I have to do. Especially because the boxes, they're not made into boxes. It's just flat. So I have to do it all up. But either way, they are going to be going out. And you're going to dig them. They're awesome. That's going to be good. Zach, I'll be patient again. I know you've been the most patient, man, and I appreciate that. All right, here we go.
This isn't so much about a call; it's about dispatcher foot and mouth type thing.
Okay, hold on. Did you hear him just now? Dispatcher foot and mouth. Now, really quick, before we go on, how many of you? I'm sure we all have. I'm sure all of you have had one of those moments, excuse me, where it's dispatcher foot and mouth. Because once you say something, man, like, you can't take it back, you can't pull it back. It's not like, in the cartoons where you see one of the characters go off the cliff and they're like, bink, bink. And then they run back to the cliff and they're like, no, this is real life. Once you say whatever it is you say, you better be able to maneuver and figure out what to say after that. Because then, you're left to figure it out. Okay, here we go.
We had our jail building is separate from our comm center, and one of the deputies had a female that was drunk and ended up spitting in his face. And he comes up and he's telling us a story. At the jail, he grabbed a bottle of hand sanitizer and kind of went like this and rubbed. And he's like, man, that shit burned. I said, no shit, dumbass. It's rubbing alcohol. What I didn't know is my hands-free had died and the mic stuck open. So everybody in the county heard me tell that to the deputy, including the county commissioners who were doing ride-alongs that night. So, yeah, my comm center director had a word with me about this.
So, hold on.
Dude, and that's hard, right? Especially when you're on the phone and you say something because you can't bring it back. No. You just gotta maneuver.
So, if you heard that right there, all of what he said, it went over the radio. it all went over, and I mean, the county commissioners were doing ride-alongs, and they heard all of that shit. How many of you have had something like that happen? Or how about this? How many of you know of something like that happen? You don't have to call yourself out. You don't have to say that happened to you. You can say that it happened to somebody else. How about that? It happened to somebody else, but you at least know. You know that happened. James says, that's bad timing if I ever heard bad timing. Oh, Rob is on. Rob, Big Mac McMullen. What is going on, dude? I give you a shout out as well as Candace. Thank you both very, very much. And also, shout out to Mike Aurora. The three of them were helping. They were getting in their steps. Literally, because you're going steps up in this room, and that room was probably one of the best rooms that I've done open mic in. You know what? It's pretty close to North Carolina, which Rob was there with me at North Carolina as well. We did Imagine Listening in their amphitheater of this casino, and that was pretty badass. That was awesome. Let's see here. Zach says, my officer today called out a 28 as Big D. He spelled, and I was like, don't say it. Oh, man. Yeah. Copy a 28 on Big D. What? Huh? Magnum? Oh, shit. All right. Now, another thing here. The audio, like all of this audio and stuff, I was clipping it out right before I went live. So I don't know which ones are going to play next. We are going to listen together and find this out. Oh, man. All right, here we go. Here's this next one. We'll see what it is.
Okay, so I'm chronically white. Okay, I'm pigment challenged.
Okay, hold on a minute. This person who says this, I was dying laughing already, because what she's basically ends up saying is because she's, as she put it, pigment challenged, if she turns red, people are going to notice. Taylor, I love that you picked that up right away. Pigment challenge. Put that on a hat. Hashtag pigment challenged. Oh my God. Joy says, so there's what? There's some lady that calls often named what? I had to read that again. I thought it said cha-cha. Like the cha-cha. And James says, just like at the console, never know what's on the other end of the line till you pick it up. Yes. Yeah, dude. We are basically doing a roulette here with these calls. And Doug says, a sun hat. Hell yeah, dude. A sun hat, one of those big ass ones, and then right here, pigment challenged. Oh my God, you all broke. I'm broke. You broke me. This is so crazy. Or a bingo visor. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. Carly, what is going on? Welcome. So I'm going to start this one again because that first part is just hilarious. It's funny. All right, here we go.
Okay, so I'm I'm chronically white. Okay. I'm pigment challenged. And
I'm sorry. She says chronically white. I think that's what makes it even more funny. She says that first before pigment challenged, and I love how she put that, because that's just funny, man. That is just funny.
I'm chronically white. Okay. I'm pigment challenged, and my emotions are pretty much show on my face. And so I answered a 911 call, and it was an accidental call, what we call a butt dial. And the lady was having a very interesting conversation with the man who was in the car with her. And she was telling him exactly what she was going to do to him when they got home. I mean, we're talking details. She was very, very detailed. And yeah. Yeah. She was like, oh, yeah. Wong chicka wow wow. Yeah.
So I notice in this audio that I had turned up my microphone, but it doesn't sound like it, which is crazy. So there was a person who kept walking in to try to adjust levels. And I think what they ended up doing was turning off not turning it off, but lowering the volume of my microphone, and they turned up the lav mic. But either way, I say this because right before she does the bow chicka wow wow, I can't believe I just did that shit. You can't really hear me, but I'm going oot 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 oot. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, she was like, oh yeah, Wong chicka wow wow. Yeah. He was going to be very, very happy when they got home. So I hang up. Yeah, I'm from Texas. Could be. So I've got the call, and I hang up, and I have to call back just to make sure there's not an emergency. Yeah, well, she didn't know. Well, she didn't even know she called. So I called her, hey, this is the 911 department. Did you have an emergency? I didn't call 911. Yes, ma'am, you did. And she goes, no, I didn't.
Okay, really quick. This is probably the best part, right? I'm sure all of you have had moments like this where you get an open line and you're listening to what it is that's going on. And then they hang up and you got to call back to make sure everything is okay. Depending on what they're saying or whatever, you call, and the caller most likely ends up saying like what this person said. No, I didn't call you. I always enjoyed that. And the reason I say that is because there was one time these two dudes called and they were pissed off kind of at each other, but also because they could not get their Halo video game to work. And I'm listening to this the whole time and they're pissing and moaning about it. And I'm trying not to laugh, but I'm also saying, hello, can you hear me? And they can't hear me. So the phone hangs up and I call back and the dude answers. And I said, hey, this is Ricardo with 911. And I just wanted to check on you to make sure everything was all right. Because you called 911. He's like, no, I didn't call 911, man. I don't know what you're talking. How did you get my number? And I said, because you called 911. And he goes, no, I didn't call 911. And I said, really? I said, okay. Well, you guys are okay? Yeah, man, we're fine. Okay. I'm going to hang up now. And I said, all right. But before you do, I just want to check to make sure that you got your Halo game working. And he goes, oh shit, dude, he heard us. And they started laughing. And the dude's like, I'm really sorry. I am really sorry. And I said, no, dude, it's all right. I just wanted to make sure you were okay. And, double tap. All right, let's get back to this because I just wanted to see, if you've had any of those moments as well. I know you have had those moments where you got to call somebody back and they are straight up telling you, hell no, I didn't call, but you know exactly because you were listening. All right, here we go.
And she goes, no, I did not call 911. Ma'am, you did call 911. Please do not make me repeat the conversation that you had with a gentleman in the car with you. And she said, what? I said, I understand he's going to be very happy when the two of you get home. Oh my God, you heard that. Yes, ma'am, I did. She goes, I'm so sorry. I said, ma'am, not as sorry as I am. Please lock your keypad. Please don't do that. Now, unfortunately, because it's a 911 center and everything's recorded, everybody saw my embarrassment, and everybody in the call center went back and listened to that call. And so it was great entertainment for several hours.
It wouldn't be true co-workers if they didn't go back and listen.
Exactly.
Or even replay it while you were on the call.
Bad thing is, that's a boner killer for that dude.
I didn't remember that part. And actually, you know what? I say something right after that. I just remembered. Hold on.
Bonafide. Bonafide.
I said bonafide. Hashtag bonafide. There's another one for you. Just like Popeye's chicken. It's bonafide. Oh, man. Yeah. Hashtag bonafide. Oh, my God. Thank you all for being here. This is so much fun. I love doing this with all of you each week. And especially when I have all of this other stuff as well. Carrie, what is going on? Welcome, welcome. All right, here we go. Here's another one.
Speaking of boners.
Oh, man. It's Julie, what is going on? I like that. Hashtag bonafide. Boom. Okay, here we go.
This guy calls and says his penis hurts, and I ask him what happens, and he said came over and messed him up. Well, what he really did, and take out your phones.
Okay, so this part right here, I did not look this up, but you can look it up while you're here with me right now. And I would love to see in the comments what you think. Carly says bonafide. Oh my God, man. And yes, James, you are correct, bro. It only takes one. I always say this in the beginning of open mic. It takes one call to make them all go downhill. And for whatever reason, the majority of the calls that were shared are dumbass dudes and they're junk. It's like, that's your precious cargo. Why are you doing stupid shit to it? Seriously. Like, why? Why destroy the franchise? You know why? Because dudes are stupid, man. Oh my God. Julie. I'm never going to get through this call because it's so funny. Oh, geez. Zach says hashtag bonafide pigmentation. Oh, wow. I might have to turn this one into a podcast episode as well, because like this is funny shit. But if you're a patron, you'll end up getting this as audio anyway. Oh, okay. All right. So she just said, the person telling the story just said, get your phones out. Okay. Get your phones out. Okay, here we go.
If you Google man with 12 screws in his penis, the x-ray comes up. And he
Man, that's nuts.
he he put the 12 screws in his penis. You can find it on Google to get more pain medication. So yeah.
Joyce. Hashtag few screws loose. My thoughts exactly, Taylor. Oh my God. Oh man. So, did you look it up? Hashtag few screws tight. Yes. Oh, wow. No MRIs for that guy. Yeah. Yeah. So again, I haven't looked it up. I did not look it up. Taylor, I'm dead. Same, yo. Same. Dead. Then I come back. Then I die again because I'm just laughing my ass off. And that's what this is all about. So yeah, did you look it up? In the comments, please share. Did you look this up? Because I want to know. I want to know what your thoughts are. Zach says, "Wonder what his excuse is at the airport in a metal detector." Yeah. The movie clip from Real Genius. Oh, I'm trying to remember. I remember that movie. It has a very young Val Kilmer in it, right? Oh, maybe it's a different one. I don't know. Anyway, Carrie says we'll be after the live. All right, let's go to the next one here. Prince Albert gone very bad. You're right. Yeah, you are right. And if you don't know what a Prince Albert is, you can Google that as well. I'm not. Yeah. All right, here we go. Here's the next one. Man, my stomach hurts. Like I'm gonna have like 6-pack abs by the time I'm done with this because I'm just laughing so much. All right, here we go.
So I have an open mic funny. It was years ago where the agency, I was on midnight shift with our crew and we were trying to do Christmas and we were putting up a tree and I was on the radio and I was trying to help with the lights, undo the lights. And I said, I accidentally keyed up and I was open and I said, your balls aren't working. And the gentleman that was helping me was like, I'm sorry. And I said, well, your bulbs are out. And he's like, my balls are out. And I'm like, your bulbs.
There's still more to it. I have to stop it a moment because I probably would have been the same way. Like if I wasn't really paying attention to the person saying bulbs. And Joy says, are they blue bulbs? Oh, hi-yo. Zach says, I'd be 1042. For real, right? Oh, man. But yeah, I probably would have been the same way. I'd been like, wait, what did you say? Like free balling? Free ballin', I'm free ballin'. But she was saying bulbs.
You know, and then the phone line started lighting up and it was the officer saying, you're open, your mic's open. And I was like, my what's open? It was a wonderful night, but it was very enjoyable. And the Christmas tree was beautiful in the morning. I'm just saying, but it was embarrassing.
Oh, man. That is that's a good one right there. If any of you have any open mic stories, please throw them in there because you're just adding to this as well. But that is pretty funny. Carrie says, dispatch, you okay? Joy says, hashtag open for bulbs. Oh, man. Oh, that is craziness. I tell you. Julie, to the window, to the wall. Oh. I don't remember the rest, but we could definitely add some stuff in there with the bulbs. Hashtag your bulbs are out. Rachel, what's up? Sweat dropped down my bulbs. Oh man, till we lose Christmas bulbs, till we go. Oh man. Holy shit, like these hashtags keep getting crazier and crazier. This is funny. Oh, this is good stuff. This is really good. Julie says, I knew you would finish that. Oh, that is great, man. That is great. Okay, here's the next one.
Okay, for those of you that remember what reel tapes are, okay, those were the worst. But for those of us that lived through the tape era, officer calls, a colleague of mine and I sound exactly alike. Our husbands couldn't even tell. He'd call and say, is this you? Nope. Type of thing. So officer calls, I'm from Oregon. We got the beavers. We've got the ducks. I'm a duck. The other girl is a beaver. One of our officer calls. He thinks it's her.
Okay. Before we go further on this, I thought that this story was going to have to do with either a duck or a beaver.
And he says, listen, you beaver piece of shit, you need to da-da-da-da-da. And I said, excuse me. He said, oh, to rewind the tape. And it went on the recorded line, and we saved it for his retirement.
Oh, hell yes.
It's not the way I thought that was going to go.
Well done.
I'm right there with you, Rob. Yeah, that's definitely not how I thought it was going to go down. You know, the way it sounded and everything. But still, it was still funny. You know, one of those moments where the officer was obviously wrong, thought it was he's talking to somebody else. And then it was saved. It ended up getting saved, and they played it at retirement. So, have any of you, I'm sure there's probably a lot. Like there's been times where people have had audio so that when someone's retiring, they can play it and just embarrass the shit out of them. Which I'm sure that's how that one went down. They were just like, I'm sorry. Hashtag Beaver POS. All right, here's the next one.
Mine was short and simple, but I had a call. I was call taker that day, and I was taking a call from a gentleman who was explaining how pussy and gross his wound was, etc.
Okay. I should have said they're all good, but this one really, like, listen, okay? Listen. I'm starting it over.
Mine was short and simple, but I had a call. I was call taker that day, and I was taking a call from a gentleman who was explaining how pussy and gross his wound was, etc., etc. And so I typed in pussy. Just don't.
Damn, I love that
That's all you had to say. Obviously, you caught that, right? It was pussy. When she typed that into the complaint, and I'm sure you can see in your head exactly how the person spelled it. Can you imagine being like if your EMS, if they have their own MCTs and they're reading that, they're probably like, wait. Carly says, I learned the hard way. You type in infected, not pussy. I love the fact that a couple of you here you did emojis. One is a cat that's laughing and crying, and the other one is a straight up cat. Carrie says, always read your calls before your dispatch. You're right, but I was notorious myself for not reading it. And I would just key up right away and just start reading and then be like, oh shit, I should have read this first. I didn't say, oh shit, I should have read this first. But I would key up and then I would start like laughing. and not if it was high priority. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. If it was a non-emergency complaint or something and I was giving it out and I didn't read it first and I messed up, I wouldn't unkey. I would chuckle, because what I wanted to do, which is what I do public speaking as well, is if I fuck up, I'm going to laugh first and call myself out on it so that I can take the power away from those listening to me. So now they're laughing with me, not at me. Shannon says, shit's pussy. Joyce says, someone has to put that out. Carrie says, been there, LOL, learn the hard way. Taylor says, you're responding to, oh, hang on. Oh, man. What? Joyce also says, shoot, I love to check my dispatcher and put in exactly what they say once in a while. Yes, I would do the same thing. When I would be taking a call, I would type in exactly what they said. And if the person on the other side on radios was just decided not to read it at all, it would be like a Ron Burgundy moment where they would just start reading verbatim, and then as they're saying it, you can hear them like oh shit response, but as they're reading it, like you could tell that they found out, they realized, nope, I shouldn't be saying this right now. And like Zach says, call in, please. Yes. There'd probably be somebody who would say, I'm gonna call up and I'm gonna talk to you. Because then you know that you're screwed. What? I had a trainee who took a while trying to locate a Mark Miranda rights. For once and warrants check after an officer requested us to mark Miranda rights. Oh, that is funny. Carly says, if the citizen said it, you are quoting. Yes, that is always what I would say. I would say, dude, if this ends up coming up in court, you want to make sure you got all the information in there, right? Thanks. Exactly. All right, let's continue.
That's a hard act to follow. Mine's really more a caller, my favorite caller of all time, who called to say she had no pulse. And I had to, for 5 minutes on the phone, talk to her. Well, you called me and we're talking. But no, I swear I can't find my pulse. I don't have a pulse. I need an ambulance. I'm like, what? You're talking to me and you're fine. No, just had to send medical to prove she had a pulse and was alive.
See, and that's funny, right? But that is also what we have to do. Like when calls come in like that, it's we have to do what we're doing, right? Because the person Joyce says zombie caller. maybe it's someone who just didn't know, right? We don't know until we get out there. But this is the job that we have, right? And this is what we do. And and we send somebody out there because that's what we're there to do. No matter how or what it sounds like, we're going to get somebody out there and get the job done. Let's see. Carly says, back in service? Vital check only. Exactly. Zach says, did you take any drugs or medications in the past 12 hours? Oh, that's right off the cards, too. All right, let me see. I've got one. Oh, okay. So this is the last one here. This is the last audio clip. There's actually still a bunch of calls because one of the calls that I'm leaving for when the episode comes out has to do with a hammer and a place that someone put it. I'll leave it at that. All right, here's this last one. I have no idea what it is. I don't know what it is. So here we go.
So in my early years of dispatching, I was dispatched in a small town that had a college, and there's a lot of prank calls at this time before we could always find them. So I was super naive, green, naive to life. And a guy called and said, there's on campus, there's a horrible thing happening where there's these poor little chickens out in front of the one of the dorm rooms, and there's a bunch of boys running after them, and they're grabbing them, and they're choking them. And so I dispatched the officers to boys choking their chicken.
It's epic. Man, that may be the best one that I've heard. That may be that's hilarious.
Oh man. To say that over the radio. That is amazing. Bonafide. Oh my God. Yeah. That was hilarious. Dude, like okay, hold on. I got to go back in the comments because there was a bunch of people writing stuff. Let's see. So I mentioned the hammer. Carly says in the poop shoot. Zach says, na can't touch this. You know what's funny, man, is that I made a comment after that call, and I said, wasn't there an album by MC Hammer that was called Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him? Oh man. Shannon says, we had a caller call in because he was arguing with this woman about where the kidneys are. So we had to send EMS. They cleared the call. Kidneys located. What? Oh, dude. That is funny. That is funny. Farm Tales. Dispatch goals. I mean, she did her job. You're right. She did. Oh, man. That is great. Chad, what is going on? What is going on? where do you go from there? Like that was just mic drop on that. The reason I'm speechless is because I'm basically just like, I'm trying to put myself in that spot where it's me who is saying this over the radio. I don't know that I would be able to say it excuse me, without laughing. Without laughing. I remember one time there was a name that came up that was over the radio. I'm just going to say the last name. The name was Brown Eye. Brown Eye. Spelled just like that. Brown Eye. And we had someone that we were working with, and like this person said, you know, how they were kind of naive, right? Because so they didn't know about the the choking chicken thing, which is why they just said it over the radio without thinking, right? Well, the Brown Eye name, the person that we were working with, they're like, "Why are you guys laughing?" And we're like, Brown Eye, and the person goes, I don't know. I don't know. So we had to explain it. Yeah. Selena. Starfish. And the hot dog flavored water. Yeah, we had to explain what that term meant. Excuse me. And the person's face just went beet red, and they're like, "What?" Oh man. Yeah. That was something else, man. That was something else. Yeah. Let's see. Taylor here says, we had a guy call last week and say he had chest pain, then proceeded to tell our call taker that he got it from from choking it too much. She goes, there's a pause, and then, sir, what? Sir, is your breathing normal for you? The notes were lovely. Oh. This is what happens sometimes, you know? These are the types of calls that come in sometimes, and you have to figure out, like I said earlier, how to maneuver around a lot of it, especially when somebody is calling in and maybe they just don't know. I mean, we remain professional and stuff, but then afterwards you're like, how did that happen? And also, you know, we always have to ask questions, right? But depending on the situation, like, you don't have to get that into the detail, but usually people who are calling in, like, they're saying it all, right? They're just like this is how it happened. And like, oh wow. All right. I'll get help out to you. Oh man. Shannon says, now, do you send fish and wildlife on? Oh man, that's hilarious. Oh wait, let's see. This one says, I had a gentleman call stating he needed an ambulance because he couldn't stop. What? I muted my phone to make sure my partners were listening. Took a hot minute to figure out the call of nature. Dude. I was gonna say that's like that person's out of order, but maybe they're in order. I'm sorry. I can't even imagine that. But also because the person that's coming in, oh, Hank says, I swear, I pop in on the best comments every time. You're right, dude. Yeah, you are correct. Julie says, happy ending. I mean, this sounds like they're sequels upon sequels, continuing a revolution of happy endings. Oh my God. And on that note, we are just past the hour. Oh my God. This has been quite the open mic. This has been an episode. So before I go into the wrap up, I want to check back in with all of you. Because in the beginning, all the time, I'll check in with you. Oh my God, my mom is on here. Oh no. Hi, Mom. So everyone who's in the audience, my mom just popped on here. I'm going to put this on the screen really quick. There's my mom. Look at the emoji that she used. And everyone is saying hi, Mom. Mom, so I have to ask you really quick before I go off air here. How long have you been watching tonight? How long have you been watching? I'm going to wait for you to answer, Mom. How long have you been watching? ¿Qué tanto tiempo? Because this has been crazy. So that's why I'm asking you. She's probably looking at her phone like, how do I respond here? All the time you were on. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Well, I love you, Mom. That's right, Taylor. That's right. Mom, you're everyone's mom now. Welcome to the fold. So, I'm glad this happened because now I can ask you what I was going to ask. Shannon says, well, y'all know he's grounded now. I know, right? I'm 41 years old, man. I'm 5'11". My mom is 5 foot, like 1. But she will break my legs. What? You better have gotten her a 911 Dispatch Mom t-shirt. Dude, you're right. I should. I can design one up and make it. I'll hook you up, Mom. So when we start open mic, I check in with you. What are your numbers on a scale of 1 to 10? So what are your numbers now? Oh, wait. Mom says, it's crazy, but I love you all. It's been awe. That's awesome. So what are your numbers now? I am way above. Like I am soaring. Huge number. Shannon says, I'm a solid 55 now. Laughed my ass off for the whole hour. Yes. Good. That is good. That's what this is all about. Us getting together once a week to share funny stories, whether it be funny 911 stories or funny personal stories, stuff that I've shared in the past as well. And I ask you questions and we engage and we go back and forth. That's what this is all about. Laughing is good medicine. And sometimes we just need to forget about the bullshit in the world and be here together to heal and find some form of closure in this power of storytelling. especially when it's funny stuff. Thank you, all of you, for your support and for the job that you do as the most vital piece of public safety. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. And I'm just happy to play a small part in this profession of the Thin Gold Line and the I Am 911 movement. So thank you all so very much. It has been an amazing time here with all of you. For those who are watching, listening, if you have any comments, questions, or you ever want to be a guest on the Within the Trenches podcast show, or you ever have any stories or audio, if you ever have any audio that you want to share as well, I will FOIA it, or if it's already been FOIA'd, or if there's stuff that needs to be taken out, I'll edit it out. Hook me up and let's share some more audio. So either way, or stories, whatever that you send in, just put in the subject line open mic story, or for open mic live, or however you want to do it, just put it in there. It's wttpodcast@gmail.com. Once again, that is wttpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter. That is @91podcast. You can like us on Facebook. That is facebook.com/Within the Trenches podcast. This live episode has been sponsored by InDigital, Rapid Deploy, as well as Carbine. Shout out to patrons. As always, thank you so very much for everything. Perk for patrons only. Audio versions of the DRT as well as open mic. So this episode, you're going to get an audio version as well. And this one has been epic. So thank you. And if you want to become a patron and, get all this, good stuff that comes with it and help support us as well, patreon.com/WTT podcast. You can find us there. And this can be seen on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter. And then for the flagship show, you can listen 24/7 on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and Within the Trenches. Get to talk to you, or chat on social media or whatever. Have an excellent holiday. Have a good one. And if you're working, thank you so much for being there for everyone. Thank you so much. Have a good night. I'll see you later.